Okay, let's talk naman about. I really want to hear your story, your basketball story from being a player to being a head coach. Mahaba-haba ba to?
Oo, parang telenovela to eh. Baka, well, let's say my PBA journey was really, just recently the draft, and I was drafted 44th. So out of the, I think, 47 guys that were drafted back in 2001, good thing I wasn't even signed when I got drafted. So I was a free agent for 2 years before Red Bull took a chance on me. And that was the time Jimwell was suspended. So I was only given 3 months contract. Sabi ko, kahit ano pa yan, sabi ko, kukunin ko yan. So again, that's how everything started, to cut the story short. But again, one of the things that I value is, I mean, you could look up, ito yung palagi ko niyayabang sa players ko, Coach Charles eh. I mean, total may internet. Sabi ko, search nyo ako. Sabi ko, iyayabang ko lang sa inyo. Sabi ko, but if they look at my stats, Coach Pao, I know you're gonna laugh about it, but I'm a 50% free throw shooter. Sabi ko, free throw yun PBA 50%. Obviously, I cannot shoot threes. Kaya pag nakashoot ako ng threes, sobrang na yun. But sabi ko, why was I blessed with a lot of years in the PBA and won championship? Because I was just a happy camper. Kumbaga, I'm just a guy there that's gonna always work hard because I know I wasn't gifted with the skill. But one thing I have is I just work hard. I always make sure that I'm gonna work the hardest of all the players. Kasi wala akong gift ng skill eh. I mean, all I have is hard work and a dream that I wanna make it big. I wanna stay in the pro. So, ang saya ko sa bench, kaya siguro coaches kept me kasi low maintenance. Kaya nga sabi ko sa players ko, even in college, sabi ko, I mean, I'm not sharing somebody else's story. This is my story. Why do you think I stayed in the PBA for long? Because again, I was just the guy, one of the guys, the 13th, the 14th, the 15th guy. But I was proud of my position. So I think that's one thing that I always tell my players is, you just have to, if you really want it, you have to work hard for it. So it got the connection. Now I could connect with the players that are not being used because I'm one of those guys. I mean, if there's somebody that knows how the feeling of not playing for 10 games, dire-diretso na eh. Pero sa practice, gamit na gamit ka. So that's basically how I connected with the players because I know how it feels if you're not gonna play. So my why on coaching is to give these guys a chance. That's why as much as possible I don't bench any player, not unless talagang but I give everybody a chance so everybody's happy. Iba kasi yung Coach Charles, iba yung maglalaro ka na alam mong lalaro ka the following day sa alam mong hindi ka lalaro. I've been on those teams na alam kong lalaro ko, iba yung preparation ko. Alam ko na kahit gumuho ang mundo, hindi ako gagamitin. Alam ko rin. So yung feeling ng ganon, I've been through that. So I know how it feels kung alam mong hindi ka naman gagamitin. Kumbaga ayoko that's why I make sure that everybody gets a chance to play because everybody's happy. Everybody's competitive. Everybody gets a chance. So I mean, the environment is light. I mean, ang sarap kasi ng feeling coaches na pupunta ka ng practice na wow, ang sarap pumunta ng practice kaysa practice na naman. Those are different things. And try to imagine coaches in the PBA, you're earning a lot, but you hate your job. Diba? I've had players that was talking to me before when I was assistant that, Coach, parang feeling ko, ayoko na maglaro eh. Gusto kong sampalin eh. Kasi you're playing, kumbaga naglalaro ka na kumikita ka. Bakit? Bakit hindi ka masaya? So that's why I told myself, when I become head coach, I want to make sure I'm going to set that environment. Again, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but one of the things that I always make sure I'm accountable for is setting that environment. Kasi pagka mainit ang ulo ni player, I'm talking about PBA players, those are heads of family. Pag yung high blood nila, yung init ng ulo nila, yung frustration nila, dinala nila sa pag-uwi nila ng bahay, ang kawawa yung uuwian nila. So, sabi ko, I want to make sure that pagpunta nila sa atin, sa practice, paglabas nila, masaya sila. So they're gonna bring it to their families. Again, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I miss that, but I always make sure I tell my coaches, if I'm being that person that I don't want to be, you could call me out. So that's basically how we're doing it. So far in the bubble, you said we are one of those teams that are so happy there. The next question now is how to keep it alive. Paano namin yon magiging norm sa amin? And then that's how, I mean, ang dali kasi mag-build ng culture eh. But how to sustain that culture is the challenge. So that's gonna separate those so-so teams, those to those great teams eh. I'm not talking about obviously winning but having that winning culture requires, again, that kind of environment that you're gonna set, that culture that you wanna keep alive.
Warning on Coach Paulo Layud for delaying the game. Technical foul on Coach Anton Altamirano for resentment to a call. Coach Charles Chu out of the playing court. Coaches Unfiltered. No refs, no techs.